Welcome back, dreamers. You just stepped inside the creative mind, a place without maps, only stars, where nothing goes in a straight line and everything that exists started as a whisper. Today's episode is personal. It's a reflection, a record, a little time capsule of a project that's shaping me as I shape it. But before I take you there, let me start the way I always start, with a room. Before we wander deeper into today's creative maze, this moment, this space, is gently powered by Yoko Art, a creative studio where imagination turns into form, where ideas become objects, and the unseen gets to speak. From custom art toys to poetic stories, from 3D dreams to laser-cut realities, Yoko is not just a brand. It's a world where creativity wears its truest colors. We build beauty from your ideas and give shapes to the parts of your mind you thought only you could see. You can visit us on Instagram, where we live under the soft and rusty pinks at Yoko_art. Dream with us, create with us, because everything starts inside the creative mind. If my mind were a room today, it will be unfinished. There will be poetry on the walls, half-filled paint in shades of deep pink and ochre, books open to the shape, books open to the same page over and over, and a collection of sketchbooks in a pile that looks like a small mountains of thoughts that I haven't climbed yet. It smells like espresso and printer ink. It sounds like violin music trying to make peace with silence. There are chords tangled everywhere, little ones and metaphorical ones. There's a screen flickering with half-animated woman versions of me. And in the middle of it all, there's me, barefoot, holding a pen like a torch. That is what it feels like when I'm living inside a multi-dimensional idea. So, the project. It started simple. A book of poems. Not just any poems. Poems that felt like skin, like scars, like sacred memories. It's called Essence. And it's the most honest thing I've ever done. And it's the most honest thing that I've ever written. When I held the first draft in my hands, I should have felt joy. But instead, I felt beige. It was technically done, but it wasn't me. It was too flat, too still. And I realized I had only birded the words, but not the world they live in. So I picked up a pencil, and then everything changed. At first, I thought I'll add illustrations, pretty ones, symbolic ones. But my intuition whispered, no, go deeper. Each poem wasn't just a scene, it was a self. So I thought, what if each poem becomes a character? A different version of me? A different color of my soul? Not exactly me, but realistic. But true. So I asked myself, if I were a cartoon, who would I be? And out of nowhere, Jessica Rabbit. Ridiculous, maybe, but also perfect. Sexy, classy, unattainable, a little mysterious, a little exaggerated, like a secret that smiles. So I began designing. Animated woman, voluptuous, bold, saturated in color. Each one holding a poem on her body. And suddenly, I was alive again. And just when I thought the project was flowing, we had to go for vacation. Rome. A dreamy, weird, beautiful apartment. Like curtains, tile floors, and right in front of my bed, a giant Looney Tunes poster. I couldn't believe it. Was that a sign? A wink from the universe? Absolutely. In that moment, the next idea struck like lightning. Posters. What if my characters become full-size poster prints? Not just decor or living art. Posters with space for the poem right underneath, like a modern museum of the self. So when I got back to the studio, bam, design after design, character after character. Now I dream of a gallery show. White walls, giant prints, my words, my colors, my essence on display. And of course, my mind didn't stop there. I thought, what if they weren't just prints? What if they could live in space? What if they were sculptures? So now I'm trying to sculpt in each character. Soon I'll be printing them, painting them, turning poems into people you can touch. I don't know if I ever get to host that show. I don't know if this idea will ever be finished, but here's the thing. I'm living it, and that feels enough for now. If you're working on something that doesn't make sense to anyone but you're probably on the right path. If your ideas come in spirals, if your projects shift shapes halfway through, if you feel like you're constantly translating your soul into different mediums, congratulations, you're not lost. You're just deeply alive. Your essence is not one thing. It's 1,000 colors, and they all deserve to be seen. Thank you for stepping into my mind today. And if you're building a world out of your own story, a book, a painting, a voice memo that no one else heard yet, please know you're not too much. You're not too scattered. You're simply in bloom. Until next time, stay curious and keep creating.